Chess history. What if a simple board, just 64 squares, held the memory of ancient wars, fallen kings, and the deepest ambitions of the human mind? What if a game, played quietly across tables and centuries, shaped the way we think about power, sacrifice, and destiny itself? Long before chess became a competitive sport, before clocks ticked down seconds in world championships, before computers calculated millions of moves in a blink of an eye, chess was something far more dangerous. It was a mirror of war, a language of rulers, a silent battlefield where empires rehearsed their fate. Tonight, we are not just telling the history of a game. We are following the life story of a traveler, born in ancient India, refined by Persian scholars, preserved by Islamic thinkers, transformed by European courts, and finally reborn in the digital age. Chess is our main character. It has crossed deserts and oceans. It has survived religious bans, political revolutions, and technological upheaval. It has been played by monks and monarchs, soldiers and scientists, children and grandmasters. And everywhere it went, it absorbed the fears, values, and dreams of the civilizations it touched. So stay with us, because by the end of this journey, you may never look at a chessboard the same way again. The story of chess begins not with kings and queens, but with war. Around the 6th century CE, in the Indian subcontinent, a game known as Chaturanga emerged. The word itself means 4 divisions, referring to the 4 branches of the ancient Indian army: infantry, cavalry, elephants, and chariots. These were not abstract symbols. They were the very foundation of warfare in the ancient world. On a board, these forces were frozen in time. But in the hands of players, they came alive. Chaturanga was more than entertainment. It was a philosophical exercise shaped by Hindu and Buddhist thought. Life, according to these traditions, was governed by karma, action, and consequence. Every move mattered. Every sacrifice echoed into the future. There was no obsession with speed, no rush to dominate. Victory was earned through patience, foresight, and balance, values deeply embedded in Indian philosophy. Even the king, the most powerful piece, was fragile. His fall ended everything. Power existed, but it was limited. Responsibility outweighed strength. Already, chess was teaching a lesson humanity would never stop learning. From battlefield to court, Persia and Shatranj. As trade routes expanded, Chaturanga traveled west into the Persian Empire, where it transformed into Shatranj. Here, the game found a new home among scholars, poets, and rulers. Persian intellectual culture embraced chess not merely as a game, but as a metaphor for governance. Manuals were written, strategies were recorded, famous problems were preserved like works of art. The pieces changed names, but not meaning. Elephants became bishops. Chariots became rooks. The game's language adapted to Persian society, but its soul remained intact. One Persian phrase would echo through history: Shamat, the king is helpless, not dead, not destroyed, just unable to move. Even in victory, chess avoided brutality. Power was defeated not by violence, but by inevitability. When Islamic empires expanded across the Middle East, North Africa, and parts of Europe, chess traveled with them. Some religious authorities questioned the game. Could it distract from faith? Could it encourage gambling? These debates were fierce. And yet, chess survived because it aligned with Islamic reverence for knowledge, logic, and discipline. Muslim scholars preserved and expanded chess theory, while much of Europe remained fragmented. They recorded openings, endings, and principles that still shape modern play. Chess became a quiet intellectual rebellion against chaos, a structured universe where reason ruled. Europe awakens, from monasteries to monarchs. When chess entered medieval Europe, it encountered a world defined by feudal hierarchy and Christian symbolism. The queen, once weak and limited, underwent a dramatic transformation during the Renaissance. As powerful female rulers emerged in Europe, The queen became the most dominant piece on the board. Chess was no longer slow. It became aggressive, dynamic, violent. This was not coincidence. Europe was changing. Exploration, conquest, and ambition reshaped the world, and chess reflected it. Kings used the game to teach strategy to princes. Nobles displayed intellect through mastery of the board. Chess became both weapon and art. The traveler had adapted once again. By the modern era, chess had evolved into something unprecedented, a global intellectual language. Military academies studied it. Psychologists analyzed it. Educators used it to train young minds. Political leaders recognized its symbolic power. During the Cold War, chess became ideological warfare. Soviet grandmasters dominated the world stage, presenting chess as proof of intellectual superiority. When Bobby Fischer challenged them, it wasn't just a match, it was a cultural confrontation. Then came the machines. In 1997, when a computer defeated the world champion, humanity faced a haunting question. Was chess still ours? But chess didn't die. It evolved. Today, artificial intelligence doesn't replace chess, it deepens it. Humans and machines learn together. Creativity survives calculation. The traveler adapts again. Chess has never been just a game. It is a story about choice in an unforgiving world, about sacrifice without guarantee, about seeing beyond the present moment. Every chessboard is a universe. Every move, a decision that cannot be undone. And perhaps that is why chess endures, because it reflects us, our ambitions, our mistakes, our endless search for meaning in chaos. So the next time you see a chessboard, ask yourself, are you playing a game or rehearsing life itself? And yet, the story of chess does not end when the pieces return to their starting squares. Because every generation that touches the board leaves something behind. In quiet classrooms, chess becomes a lesson in patience. In prisons and war zones, it becomes a refuge of order amid chaos. In living rooms and cafes, it becomes a silent dialogue between minds, spoken without words, understood without language. Chess teaches us that power is meaningless without restraint, that sacrifice is not loss, but investment, that victory often belongs not to the strongest, but to the one who sees further ahead. Perhaps this is why chess has survived while empires have fallen. It does not belong to kings anymore. It belongs to anyone willing to think. And as long as humans continue to search for meaning in conflict, structure in chaos, and wisdom in silence, the journey of chess will continue, one move at a time. What should we discuss about chess next? Comment below. Thank you for watching.